Over the years, it's been said to those who have a certain degree of ripeness, you have to make God real. This can only be said to those who have reached the realization that there is no such entity. Those who have effectively, through their spiritual journeying, purged the God of the mind. But what does it really mean to make God real? You know, when Vivekananda, who was Ramakrishna's chief disciple, came into his presence, he wanted to test him because he'd been to many other masters. And so he asked Ramakrishna, "Do you see God?" And Ramakrishna said, "I see God more clearly than I see you." And in that moment, Vivekananda realized he was in the presence of his true master. And then there's that little story already told, maybe not so long ago, of the group of students who were sitting around a great master. And one of the students arose to leave, and the master said, "Where are you going?" And the student said, "Oh, it's my duty to place flowers in the temple." And the master said, "Sit down. The flowers have already bloomed in honor of God. Why do you have to offer them again?" How do we make God real? There's a story of a certain dervish who came into the presence of a Sufi master, and he asked him to be taught the sacred name of God. Because it said, those who know the sacred name of God can perform miracles, can change fate or destiny. And the Sufi master said, "Before my master gave me the sacred name of God, I had to pass a test. And for you to learn this name, you must also pass this test." "What do I have to do?" said the dervish. And the master said, "Go to the city gates and stay there for the evening, and then come and tell me what it is that has transpired for you." So the next morning the dervish came back to the Sufi master, and the master said, "Well, what did you see?" And the dervish said, "Well, one thing that particularly stood out in my attention was when an old man carrying a load of heavy wood came to the city gates and was accosted by the soldier there, who demanded that he pay a tax on his wood. But since he had no money, he asked, would the soldier allow him to enter the city and sell his wood so that he could pay his taxes. But the soldier noticed that this man was not only feeble, but he was alone, so he took advantage of him. He took away his whole load of wood for himself and gave him a sound beating and sent him away. And the Sufi master said to the dervish, "Well, what was your thought from this?" And the dervish said, "I thought that if only I knew the sacred name of God, that this old man's fate would have been different." Sufi master said, "O man of felicity, my master, before he gave me the sacred name of God, he said, this name is for the service of all of mankind, all of the time. My master is none other than the old man who was carrying the wood outside the city gates, and he taught me that." Hafiz has said, "God, no wonder I cannot see you, for you are my face." What does it mean when it's said you have to make God real? And what does this story imply relative to this? What is it that we have learned that enables us to know the sacred name of God? Where is this place? And what is it that we know that allows us to realize that every word, every gesture, every thought changes life, performs miracles? What is the name that you have on your lips, in your heart, when you sleep, when you wake? What is this that makes God real for us?
Unconditional love.
Right? Right.
Clarity.
Right.
Seeing everything we see is a reflection of God.
Right.
Not judgment.
Yes. Isn't it? Yes. What is it for you? What is it you can never forget, even when life is speeding, whirling, shaking? What is it for us?
Acceptance.
Acceptance, okay. That's of the mind then, isn't it? With whatever it is that's happening. But this name, until we have this, the mind has the power to keep us in illusion.
I guess for me it would be oneness.
Okay.
Or unity consciousness. Even when I didn't believe in God or that mental image of God, there's no way to deny how interconnected.
You could never separate yourself from life. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That I am.
That I am. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Not attachment to anything.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Not making real what's not real. Huh?
Surrender.
Yes. Yes, in every moment it's there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many words have we just used?
And they arise out of this name, isn't it? But what is this name? How do we make God real so that the mind can never ever again detach us and have us behind that farting camel? Listen to yourself from now on. Listen to yourself from now on. And you know